All right, today we are doing the endurance run. We're going to find out how long this battery will last until we completely run out of juice. I want to look at see what my mileage right now is set on trip, the zeros all the way across. And that's the way it'll be when I get where I'm going. I'm going to the Coronado golf course. I'm going to park my truck and we're going to run this battery until it runs out. And then once that's done, we are going to put the other battery in to get me back where I'm going. So I have two batteries. It's supposed to last 100 miles. We're going to be on, here are the parameters. The bike weighs 88 pounds. I weigh 210 pounds. So we're looking at basically 300 pounds. We're going to be on level 2, which will run right around 18 miles per hour, between 17 and 18 miles per hour. Our headwind will be, we're going to have a headwind when we head south, and that headwind's going to be between 7 to 12 miles per hour, depending on what time of day it is. And we're going to run this thing until we run completely out of juice on the battery. So as soon as I get to where I'm going, Coronado Golf Course, I'm going to start this back up again, and we'll go from there. All right, I'm getting ready to put this in the Toyota. So I remember I told you guys I was going to do a review on how I get it in. I mean, it's pretty simple if you've got any kind of knowledge about bicycles. I just apply the back brake and I pull back, and that lifts the front tire off the ground, put it on the tailgate, and then it's just a matter of lifting and pushing the bike in place. So here we go. Up we go. Bike goes in. And lays down. And then get the tailgate closed and then reposition everything. Okay, here we are in Coronado. This is the golf course. The bridge is right over there. And we're parked right here. And we're going to get on this bike and we're going to run it from here to Imperial Beach and back until we run out of juice. I have the second battery in this saddlebag right here. And when we run out of juice, we'll mark our mileage and we'll see how many miles we get. Again, the parameters are as such. The bike weighs 88 pounds. It's hauling an extra battery, which is an additional probably 10 pounds. I didn't weigh it, but I'm pretty sure it's close to 10 pounds. So that's 98 pounds. And then I weigh 210, so we're looking at right around 310 pounds. And we're going to be traveling on level 2 as far as speed is concerned, which is 18 miles per hour. We have we have a 5 to 12 mile per hour headwind heading south, which is where Imperial Beach is at. So we'll face a headwind on the way out, and we'll get a push on the way back. And we're going to just keep going back and forth until we run out. I'll stop periodically, shoot some video, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're riding on the Strand. This is in between Coronado and Imperial Beach. Our speed is between 17 and 18 miles per hour. We're at level 2. And we're maintaining a steady speed. So there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but coming in distorted and broken up. Alright, so we made it down to Imperial Beach. And we're still riding along. Our battery power is at 64.3. So we didn't lose much coming down. And we'll turn around and head back up here in just a little bit. All right, so we're going to stop at Novo, Brazil, which is where my wife goes line dancing on Sunday nights once a month. And I usually do my ride from there to the bridge and back. But that's right up around the corner here. We're still down on the bike path from Coronado to Imperial Beach. Okay, here we are. We're pulling up on Rad Power Bikes and Novo, Brazil. And from here, we'll turn around and head back. I'm going to eat a granola bar and then head back. Alright, so now we're heading back to Coronado. There's the bridge way down there. It's 9 miles from where I started the golf course to Novo, Brazil. And so by the time we get back, we should be at 18. And now I'm facing the headwind. Alright. Over here on this side, this is where the Bud's training is. It's Imperial Beach. They call it Coronado South. And people live in Imperial Beach call it Imperial Beach, but it's a crappy view because all you see is a berm. I'll try and get a better view of it later. Back on Coronado, this is the golf course again. Following a bus. Average speed right now is 18.3 miles per hour. When I was facing that headwind, the max speed I could do was like 17.7. I'm doing pedal all the way, so pretty sure tomorrow my legs are going to be sore. Right now I'm at 18 miles. I probably have another 3 more trips up and back on the Strand before I run out of power. But that's what this test is all about, to find out how many miles I can go. And yeah, that's it. Alright, so we came over to the Coronado Bay Park. There's the bridge in the back, a bunch of people. Had to use the restroom. So there's a couple of spots along Coronado that you can stop and use the restroom. One is the Coronado Bay Park, the other one is Silver Strand State Beach, and then Coronado Golf Course as well. Alright, I'm back at my truck and we're gonna start the trip all over again. So right now the battery power's at 62.2. I'm going opposite directions of traffic, which I shouldn't be. Crossing back over. Alright, there's the golf course. And we're on Coronado, heading back towards Imperial Beach. I absolutely love riding in Coronado. They have a huge area on the roads set up for bike, especially around the golf course. And so, yeah. Alright, so this is Naval Amphibious Base Coronado. This is actually the Coronado side of it. This is on the north side of the Strand. This is right on the west side of Coronado itself. And this is the bike path that runs right by it. Alright, so heading back down the Strand. I've actually got the wind pushing me right now. So my speed is right at 18 miles per hour. I lose about 4/10 to 3/10 of a mile per hour when the wind's pushing against me. The electric motor helps pick up the rest of that. And right now we're at 22 miles we've gone since we started this run. I've got 62 period, actually 61.9 left on the power. And it's really hard to see because video is not working well, but that's where we're at. Coronado State Beach, that's where you go to the bathroom right there. And that's where everybody camps on the other side. That's the bay side, and that's the ocean side. I guess I should give some timelines. So I started this ride at 12:30. It's 2 o'clock right now, and I got 25 miles in. Alright, so we're back on the Strand again. I don't want any people's face here. There's that kite again. So we're back down by the K's and the Silver Strand State Beach. K's is on the bay side. They're on the other side of this. A bunch of houses. You can barely see the roofs. So across the road there, way off in the distance, that's where Naval Amphibious Base South, BUDS, is. You can barely see it. There it is right there. Alright, I'm back at Rad Power Bikes. This is my second trip back here today. We've got 29 miles on the odometer. We've got 6.1 left on the power. So we're about halfway down with the power. There it is right there. And we'll try and get the rest of this done. Alright, so we're coming back into Naval Amphibious Base Coronado. There's an obstacle course that they use. But the winds are atrocious. I'm down to 1 green bar left. And 17.7 miles per hour. So that's what we have. It says 57.3. Winds have been brutal. Probably more than 12 miles per hour. Probably up to about 16. Yeah, I'm at 40 miles. No, 37 miles. All right, I'm back in Coronado again. I've got 38 miles on the odometer. When I get to the truck, I'm gonna fill up my water bottle, which is in my pocket, and give my butt a break for probably about 20 minutes. And then I'll head back down towards Imperial Beach. I don't know if I'll make it all the way down on this battery, but we'll find out. That's why I have the other battery in the backpack. And this battery is at 57.4, 57.2, something like that. And yeah, gonna stop when I get to the truck and take a break. All right, we're on our third trip back down the Strand. I've got 1 green bar left, 2 red bars. I've got 42 miles on the odometer. I got 56.7 left on the power. I've been in 7th gear the whole time. That's the highest pedal mark that I can. And I've been pretty much maintaining that. Actually, I haven't changed gears at all as far as my pedaling. Occasionally I would put it up to level 3 just to pass people because they were going pretty close to the same speed I was going. But other than that, we've been maintaining a steady 17 miles per hour. I've been going 2.5 hours. My butt is sore. My legs are a little sore. And I have a feeling we're going to make it probably close to 60 before I run out of juice and I have to put the other battery on. But the real question is, do you want to ride 60 miles in one day? That's the question. I don't think I'll do this again, but you never know. All right, I'm coming up on Brazil, Novo Brazil, and Rad Power Bikes again. Third time here. I've got 55.8 on the battery. I'm at 49 miles. I'm going to turn around and head back and we'll see if we make it on this battery. Alright, so I'm at 53 miles. I finally hit the red line. I've got 53.9 volts left on the battery. My speed is 17.9 miles per hour. And I think I might make it back to the bridge. We'll see. Alright, I'm going to swap batteries. I'm at 57 miles. My battery is down to 51 power. It's barely pushing me at 16, probably 15 miles an hour, which means it's almost completely depleted. So I'm going to call it at 57 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure without the headwinds I would have gotten 60, 65. But with the headwinds I faced today, and yeah, so it's been really good. I mean, I don't ever want to ride 60 miles anyways, but it was a good test. I wanted to see how long these batteries would last, so I'm going to put the new battery on now and call it a day. I'm just going to throttle the rest of the way. All right, so this is the day after. A brief synopsis. The bike ride went really well. The battery worked phenomenal. The cord that they gave me for recharging my phone did not work. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't the connection on the LED. And so I put my own cord on that I had, and it works fine. So the cord that they gave me is a split cord to where it'll run either an iPhone or a Samsung phone. And I don't have an iPhone to test it on, but I have a Samsung, and their connection would not charge my phone while I was riding the bike. But with my connection, my cable, it works fine. Overall, the bike did phenomenally well. My legs are sore. My butt is sore. I don't want to do that trip again, but I am going to do another video, and that's going to be for a longevity run on just the battery only, and that's going to be for level 2, and we're going to do the same route from Imperial Beach to Coronado. I probably won't have as much video attached to it. I'll just do a straight run. Like, this is where it is when I start, this is where it is when I stop, and I run out of juice. But it'll be a brief synopsis. You don't need the whole video of the entire process. And then the only other run I'll do after that is I want to see what it would be like on level 3, pedaling with a full pedal assist, because at level 3 with the power, you're pushing right around 23 miles an hour. Most of the speed limit in Coronado is 25. So if you go any faster than that, you're pushing the edge of the envelope, especially when they're coming out with new rules on e-bikes. And since this one will go up to, I've had it up to 38, I want to make sure that I'm not pushing the edge of the envelope as far as Coronado police. They are bored. There's more cops per square mile in Coronado than there is anywhere else in San Diego County. And they're bored because there's no really crime over there. Anyways, yeah, this is Mike's True Review, giving you an honest review on my PU3 Pro with the 26-inch tires. Great day. All right, so one more thing on this video. The total time, elapsed time for the bike ride yesterday was 3 hours and 27 minutes. We covered a total of 60 miles. We swapped batteries at 57 miles. They claim it'll do 100 miles. With the headwind and everything that we were facing yesterday, I'm pretty sure we probably could have got up to 65 or 70. Probably maxed out at 70. And then there's only one other thing that I want to say, and that is I don't get sponsored for any of these videos. I pay for everything out of my own pocket. I want to give a true review on the product that I buy. And the reason I want to do a video on this one, or on this bike in particular, is everybody has the view on the 24-inch tire. And there's a lot of videos out there about that one, but there's not many on the 26-inch tire. So I wanted to make sure that the parameters for the 26 are documented as well. So this is Mike's True Review. Thanks for watching.